recently, Rick and I have experienced some of the, shall we say, less than joys of home ownership. Problem with the roof leaking, problem with the air conditioning, problem with an ant invasion. These things that seem so annoying to us. And then when we find ourselves getting annoyed about things like that, we can easily kind of find ourselves thinking, but it's not as bad as. Because we know people who are going through very difficult times. We know people who are facing grave illness. We know people who have had recent losses. But the Bible doesn't tell us to look at when we feel annoyed by something, or when we are anxious about something or worried about something. The Bible doesn't tell us, well, look at somebody else and see how much better off you are than them. What the Bible tells us in 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 7 is to cast all our anxiety on him because he cares for you. We are to cast all our anxiety. The Bible doesn't say just cast the things that are big. It doesn't say cast the things that are important. It says cast all of those things that you are worried about, that you are concerned about, on to Christ, because he cares for us. And then I think the next step in that process, first we cast our anxiety on him. And then I think we think about what Paul said in Galatians 6:2, where he said, bear one another's burdens and thus fulfill the law of Christ. Sometimes when we're anxious about things, the best thing that we can do is look for somebody else to help. Whether that proves a distraction or just gets our mind off things, it helps us gain perspective, but it also gives us an action step. Sometimes there are things that we can't do anything about, and sometimes there are things that we can do something about by reaching out to help others. So today I would encourage you, whatever it is that's bothering you, you woke up with a flat tire, your washing machine broke down, you're waiting for news from the doctor. Cast all of those anxieties on Christ because he cares for you. And then maybe take that step of looking out for someone else that you can come alongside and help bear their burdens. And perhaps as we each do that for one another, our anxieties will be lessened, our burdens will be lessened, and we can encourage one another to go to Christ who cares for us.